watch it on video or were you able to get into the cinema? Do you remember?
I think I watched it on video as well.
Yeah.
We were just, how old were we? I think
like 11?
11. I don't know how
we weren't allowed inside the cinemas
Might
yet.
have been PG-13, so they're not allowed inside the cinema.
Exactly.
So 11 lang kayo nun. Anong year yun, Sean? Reg?
2006.
2006?
Oh, tayo. Ilan taon na
11
tayo?
din tayo.
Yeah, I was grade school.
Nasa college na ako nun. Graduate yata ako.
Graduate na ako.
Oo, tama.
Grade school pa lang ako nun. Grade school pa lang.
I'm not playing this game. Go on with your show.
Hi, guys!
Hindi, you know what's funny, last na. Actually, hindi wala ako sa college nun. Nagtatrabaho na ako nun. DJ na ako noong 2006. Pero thank you for revealing. Actually, ako nag-reveal sa sarili ko.
Cheers, Andre. Pareho
Cheers
tayo.
to that. Inom na lang. Thank you, Reg. Thank you, Sean. And of course, Pauline. Great show. As always, happy Tuesday to you ladies. On our show, we got 4 games for you in the NBA. A doubleheader in the PVL All-Filipino Conference.
And we give you updates on Alex Ayala at the Abu Dhabi Open.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Bea Escudero, sitting in for Cheska Leton Calao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy leaves, let it! Timberwolves puts it on. Unbelievable! Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stopping another one! Bakunas rejecting Estevo for the win.
Bay, February 3, 2026, Tuesday today. Feels like Friday already. No, I'm just kidding. Well, let's kick off the show in the NBA as the Charlotte Hornets keep on buzzing, this time at the expense of the New Orleans Pelicans. The Hornets have now won 7 games in a row to tie their longest win streak since the start of the 2004-05 season. But keeping that run alive wasn't easy. They had to fight back from as many as 22 points down against the Pels before taking the victory at home 102-95. Buzz City didn't turn things around till the second half, where they outscored their opponents 53-31. LaMelo Ball finishing with 24 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. He led Charlotte's comeback despite suffering an eye laceration in the first quarter when he banged heads with his coach while trying to save an errant pass. Trey Murphy III had a game-high 27 markers for New Orleans, but in a losing cause. The Hornets now climb to 23 wins and 28 losses after a slow start, very slow start to the season. The Pelicans dropped to a measly 13 victories and 39 setbacks.
Credit to them. They kept us on our heels all night. But credit to our team, too. At halftime, we talked about this was going to be like a character game. And we're going to see how we respond. And we've built a ton of resiliency over the last month or so. And I love a lot of the things that we were doing. And we were just going to see if we could kind of figure it out and rely on the habits that we had just built the previous games. And so proud of the group. We wanted to take away the paint. In the first half, I think they had 30 points in the paint, 12 in the second half. They had multiple 30-point quarters in the first half. We held them to 31 points total in the second half. So to me, it was a ton of the defensive stuff that we needed to clean up, and they did it. And they competed their tails off, and really proud of the group.
The Philadelphia 76ers extend their own win streak to 4 games by putting away the Los Angeles Clippers. The Sixers set the tone early in their 128-113 win. They outscored the Clips 38-19 in the first quarter and never looked back. Tyrese Maxey top scored for Philly with 29 points, including 7 triples. This is the Sixers' first game after Paul George was suspended for 25 games for violating the league's anti-drug program. Dominic Barlow started in PG's place and added a career-high number of 26 markers and 16 rebounds. In a statement released to ESPN, George said he made the mistake of taking improper medication while seeking treatment for his mental health. He takes full responsibility for his actions and apologized to the Sixers and the fans. The Clippers were likewise one superstar down. James Harden missed his second straight game due to personal reasons. The Sixers boost their record to 28 wins and 21 losses, while the Clippers settle for 23 victories and 26 defeats.
Meantime, the short-handed Houston Rockets lean on Alperen Şengün to put away the stubborn Indiana Pacers. The Rockets bucked the absence of Kevin Durant to beat the Pacers on the road 118 to 114. KD was out with an injured ankle, but Şengün stepping up big time, posting all-star-like numbers, 39 points, 16 rebounds, and 5 assists. The Turkish big man and quote-unquote all-star snub this year led H-Town's domination off the boards. They out-rebounded Indy 56 to 33. This helped the Rockets score 30 second chance points, while the Pacers had only 8. Indy was within striking distance all game long. But Pascal Siakam and Benedict Mathurin's 52 markers combined weren't enough. The Rockets win their third straight game and improve the record to 31 victories and 17 defeats. The Pacers, meanwhile, fall to a lowly 13 and 37 win-loss slate.
Oh, I think we got lucky with a couple of those rebounds end of the game. We got slept a little bit, but, we end up finishing with the W, so we're happy with it.
39 and 16, one of the best games of your career. How are you feeling tonight?
I felt good. I really appreciate it. I'm working with this group. I'm working with Cam Hodgins, Ime, backing me up all the time. And, it's helping me a lot. And then, January is past now. We are in February, so I got to wake up. I got some sloppy month last month, and this is a new month. I just got to dominate every game after this time.
For a lot of the game, Rick Carlisle and the Pacers did not double team you. How'd you make them pay?
Just staying aggressive. I didn't settle and just keep attacking and finding my shot. And I got lucky today. I had a touch in my hands today.
As for the Memphis Grizzlies, they finally returned to the win column after beating the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Grizz took the high-scoring affair 137 to 128 to snap their skid at 6 straight losses. After a relatively close first half, Memphis gradually pulled away and kept a double-digit lead for most of the second half. Minnesota tried to force a comeback but could not come to within 9 points. 7 Grizzlies scored at least 13 points, led by 30 from Jaren Jackson Jr. Anthony Edwards dropped 39 points for the Wolves in a losing cause. Now the Grizz are now at 19 wins and 29 losses. The Wolves dropped to a 31 and 20 win-loss slate.
Energy level from the beginning of the game to the end of the game, just from everybody. Good team effort. We had to come out there with that fight, that intensity. Looked great.
So many of your guys, young guys, stepped up and played well tonight. What excites you most about the young core that you guys have?
We got 3 rising stars, a lot of young talent. Gigi, he was playing well too today. So, you just know what you're going to get from them. They're consistent, and that's rare when you're young. They don't have to be consistent. They're growing, but they just happen to be, and I'm glad to play with them.
Coming up, Alex Ayala looks to keep the ball rolling in Abu Dhabi. Find out what lies ahead for the Filipina tennis star in both the singles and doubles tournaments when play-by-play returns here on One News.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play by Play on One News. Another Filipino men's volleyball standout is taking his talents overseas. Alas Pilipinas setter Owa Retama has signed with the Visakha Volleyball Club for the 2026 Sar King Cup in Cambodia. Retama left the country earlier today as Visakha prepares for the tournament, which runs from February 7 to March 1 in Phnom Penh. The national team mainstay finished 4th in the setters rankings in the World Championship qualifiers. He's also won multiple medals from the Southeast Asian Games. Redamar's last club was the Signal HD Spikers, which just filed a leave of absence from the Spikers turf.
In the PVL, a new era for the Next Led Chameleons starts in a thrilling fashion. Next Led opened their All-Filipino campaign with an epic 5-set win over their fellow new-look squad, the Farm Fresh Foxies, 25-23, 13-25, 21-25, 25-5, and 15-12. Tied at 10, all in the 5th set, the Chameleons took control by going on a crucial 4-0 run behind newcomers Brooke Van Sickle and Myla Pablo. The Foxies tried to close the gap, but a service error put an end to their late push. Pablo was named player of the game after pouring in 19 points on 45% attacking efficiency. Van Sickle added 20 markers and 11 excellent receptions.
Siyempre, you can see naman yung game na medyo ang dami pang mga lapses na nangyayari. Medyo kulang pa sa communication and sa team. Pero kahit pa paano, andyan naman si coach na ginaguide kami sa loob ng court. Yun nga sabi nga ni coach na parang nahanap na din yung dapat kailangan gamitin na 4 sets. Kasi syempre, isang set na lang mananalo yung hard pressure. So kami, pinakawakan talaga namin yung 4th and 5th set na sa amin to. Pagkatrabuhan namin to hanggang sa mapagod ka. So ayun yung resulta. Napagod ka, pero at least panalo ka.
So definitely was a team effort. Yeah, it was, a good first game. The jitters are out. It was very ups and downs, but I'm really proud of the team for coming together and having really good energy at the end when it really mattered. So very proud of everyone for doing a great job.
The Capital One Solar Spikers won their own opener against the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells. It took Capital One 4 sets to get the victory, 25-17, 25-16, 15-25, and 25-19. Trailing 13-7 in the 4th set, the Solar Spikers came roaring back with an 8-0 blast, led by Bella Belen, Shaya Aborador, and Isa Jimenez. Belen was named player of the game with her 26 points on 24 attacks and 2 aces. The Thunderbells did play without AC Miner, who's day-to-day with shin injuries.
Moving on to some tennis updates now. Could a higher level tournament be coming to the Philippines really soon? Well, the Women's Tennis Association says the country showed really great potential to handle such events, including a possible WTA 250 in the future. This comes following the success of the Philippine Women's Open, the first WTA 125 tournament here in the country. WTA Supervisor Cristina Romero said the Philippines passed the hosting test with flying colors. Romero also pointed to strong crowd support, with fans continuing to pack the stands even after Alex Ayala's elimination in the quarterfinals. Philippine Sports Commission Chairman Pato Gregorio expressed interest in hosting a 250 event that could attract more top-ranked players, but Romero clarified that any upgrade will still depend on the final decision of WTA higher-ups.
I have to say that I have done several 125s, and I have to say this has a very, very high standard for it. Actually, it's a event competes with 250s in different categories, and I think that the most important part is that we all felt very welcome here in the Philippines. We saw the crowd that they were super interested on the tournament since day one, since the qualifying. We had huge amount of people coming every day. Now the other thing is that the tournament and the calendar has to be prepared by different people. there's the Players Council, there's the Tournament Council, so that is a decision that comes from the organization, and we will have to see if they have a spot in the calendar to do it. But if you're asking me if Philippines would be ready to do a tournament of a higher caliber, then they're ready.
Meantime, Filipinos tennis sensation Alex Ayala will see action in the Abu Dhabi Open again tonight. But this time, she will begin her doubles campaign alongside fellow Southeast Asian Janice Tien. The pair will face Canadian Leila Fernandez and French woman Kristina Mladenovic at around 10:30 in the evening Philippine time. Ayala is coming off a win to start the singles tournament. She swept Turkey's Zeynep Sönmez 6-4 to 6-3 in the second set. It was a close fight to start the match, but after breaking a 3-3 tie in the opening set, Ayala managed to keep momentum on her side to secure the sweep. The victory happened in front of yet another big Filipino crowd. Ayala will next face Belarusian Alexandra Sasnovich tomorrow. Coming up, one of the most memorable apologies that you will see on a volleyball court. Check out how Japanese volleyball star Yuji Nishida turned an oops into a viral moment. Play-by-play will be right back, so stay tuned. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. Welcome back. PNP's RR Pogoy is now shifting focus to his recovery after a hamstring injury kept him out of most of the PBA Philippine Cup finals. Pogoy could only watch from the sidelines as the Tropang 5G lost Game 6 and the championship to the San Miguel Beermen. He says he tried to force his comeback, but nothing could be done to make it happen. Pogoy had been dealing with the hamstring issue since the semifinals. He sat out Games 1 and 2 of the finals, returned in Game 3, then re-aggravated the injury in Game number 4.
Pero ganun talaga sa basketball eh. May mga ganun. Nagturok na sana ako kanina. Nag-inject ako. Tinry ko talaga. Kaso, nung inano, di talaga kaya. Pahinga lang talaga.
Pahinga lang talaga.
Mas lalo siyang lumaki yung strain eh, nung pangalawa. So, kailangan talaga pahinga. Eh, hindi makatakbo eh. Sobrang sakit talaga. Para talagang hinihila yung ano. So, yun. Wala kang magawa eh. Kaya mas nakakaba. Kasi kung ano ka sa loob, may magagawa ka eh. So parang nawawala yung kaba. Take as a lesson, siguro. And then, yun nga, nung naglamang na yung kalaban, sabi ko, huwag kayong matakot. Nothing to lose. Laro lang yun.
In other PBA news, Calvin Abueva is changing teams once again. The Converge Fiber Xers acquired the 9-time All-Star from the Titan Ultra Giant Risers in exchange for King Caralipio, Mark Omega, and Ray Suerte. The deal was approved by the PBA Commissioner's Office earlier today. Abueva is coming off a stellar campaign with the Giant Risers in the recently concluded Philippine Cup. He was actually in the running for the Best Player of the Conference award after averaging 23 points, almost 12 rebounds, and close to 4 assists per game. Abueva is set to reunite with Converge coach Dennis Delta Pineda, who has been a supporter since his amateur days.
Happy Tuesday, folks. All NBA lineup for you tonight and the highlight reel. Let's start right away in Memphis. Take a look at McDaniels attacking against G.G. Jackson, almost losing his balance. But take a look at that. What a slam by Jaden McDaniels, who's been playing solid here for Minnesota. But they were down big against Memphis. McDaniels, 29 points in this one. On to the next play. Same game, this time Memphis' side. Whew! Cedric Coward, take a look. Not a coward at all. Take a look at that attack. Dante DiVincenzo didn't stand a chance there. Late jump, great momentum, great elevation there, but Coward all the way to the hole at 14 points, by the way. Grizzlies take down the T-Wolves in Memphis, 137-128. Okay, more dunks for you. How about the Pelicans and the Hornets? How about some Big Z? Zion Williamson all the way to the hole against Musa Diabate. Musa is actually quite athletic, but nothing he can do against the former #1 pick. Shades of Zion back in Duke when he was a lot thinner, but still athletic, still explosive, two-handed flush there, plus the foul too. Williamson, 14 points, 11 rebounds for the Pelts. But this time, let's go to the Hornets. LaMelo Ball putting on a show here. ISO against Emisi. All the way home for LaMelo at 24 points, 8 rebounds. Take a look at that. LaMelo beat him with that first step, then went all the way. He could have laid it up, but no. Decided to finish it with authority to make sure. And that was that gave them the lead, by the way, 83-82 with under 11 to play in the fourth and final quarter. That got the crowd going. Of course, you know, that got the Hornets commentators going. And LaMelo making everybody, his presence felt there, especially with that slam against a very great defender in Yves Misi. LaMelo, 24, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. As I said, Hornets beat the Pelicans 102-95. Charlotte rolling here, 7 straight wins to tie their longest streak since the start of the 04-05 NBA season. Final play, let's go. Sixers, Clippers. Quentin Grimes splitting the defense of the Clips. Kawhi, Brook, and then the punctuation mark in your face, John Collins. And look at the bench. Embiid, Maxey, and the crew loving it from Q Grimes, the former Knick, all the way to the hole there. What an acquisition for Philly. I didn't know he had a hops. I know he could shoot the ball, but with the hops by Grimes there against an athletic big man in John Collins. So nice. You got to watch it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Clips, by the way, lose here. Grimes helping the Sixers, 14 points for him. Final score 128-113 in favor of the Philadelphia 76ers. Great highlights, a lot of dunks tonight. Can't wait for tomorrow, Wednesday. Bam.
And before we go, we've got Japanese volleyball star Yuji Nishida with a viral apology fit for animes. It happened during a halftime serving challenge at a Volleyball All-Star event in Kobe. Nishida accidentally hit a courtside judge with a wayward serve. He was clearly mortified and made sure everyone knew it. Instead of a quick sorry, the 26-year-old went all in, sliding across the floor, bowing repeatedly. Nishida even dropped to his knees in a traditional apology that had the crowd in stitches. The judge was unhurt, all smiles, and even returned the bow. The video has since gone viral, with every applauding Nishida's full-blown apology.
Alam mo, Be, you gotta love the Japanese. And you know this, di ba? Whenever we go, you go to Japan, and they're very respectful.
Very
And yung mga nag-viral, remember, pag yung mga athletes, even sa World Cup, pag alis nila sa FIFA World Cup, di ba? Malinis.
Yes.
Grabe yung mga Japanese.
I think that's also something that I applaud the Japanese for. You know, that even if you're not in their country, they still respect the venue that they're in, or you know, the culture of other countries.
Kaya nga baliw na
as well.
baliw mga Filipino volleyball fans sa mga Japanese, aside sa mga ano sila, di ba, mga cute.
Yes.
Sorry from me. But props to Yuji Nishida, of course. That's why he's a Japanese volleyball star for a reason. Great, yun nga, yung respectful attitude. Sana makakuha din natin.
Yes.
Marami sa atin. But that's all from us tonight, mga kapatid. Catch us again tomorrow, 9 p.m. for a play-by-play of today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that is Signal TV Channel 8 on SD and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
That's right. Props to you, by the way, for sitting in, even if you're not feeling
Thank you for having me.
Feeling well.
It's okay. Trabaho lang tayo.
Always great to have you, Be. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Bea Escudero, sitting in for Cheska Liton Calao. Thank you all for watching, mga kapatid.